of Angelina, who had a very wise father, for he gave Angelina on her birthday, the very day she was born, 2 flowers, and one was an orchid to give her joy, and one was a chrysanthemum to give her a connection between her thoughts and actions and her physical body. For he knew that if Angelina was wise enough to think the thoughts that would give her a positive energy throughout her body, she would be well. He placed the flowers, one on her left side of her head and one on the right side. And the 2 flowers worked in harmony and gave Angelina much joy, much wisdom and much courage throughout her life. And even at the age of 18, when her mother passed on to the other realms, Angelina did not shed a tear, and for this her father was uncertain as to why that was. Now it was soon after her 21st birthday that Angelina rode on a great brown and white horse off into the desert. And here there was a sudden storm, a sandstorm, a monsoon. The monsoon came, and the waters from heaven dropped down in great gusts, and it was perishing cold. Suddenly, Angelina felt cold inside her, and the sand was gushing into her face, and the wind was fierce, and she could hardly see, and it was hard, and it was difficult being out in the desert in the monsoon. And she groped her way and found a stone, and by the stone there was a cave, and she slipped inside the cave, and there she sat. She felt so alone, and she looked at her hands, and the petals from the flowers were falling down. The flowers were dying. For the first time in her life after 21 years, the flowers fell onto the floor. And Angelina raised her hands up to heaven and said, "Why are you doing this to me? For me, I am but a young girl of 21, and here I am alone in the desert, and my horse has gone off. I'm here alone in the middle of a storm, and my mother passed away and left me. I only have my dear father left. And I'm alone here and afraid. What are you doing to help and protect me? And what about these flowers in my hair that were meant to protect me? I don't believe in you anymore. Angels from heaven, the universe who's supposed to be helping me and protecting me." And she looked down at the cave floor, and Angelina wept the first tears that she'd cried for many years. Oh! Why is this happening to me? And why, when I asked for so many things in my prayers at night, they did not transpire? When I gave out wishes and things that I wished for, things that I really wanted in life, and you didn't bring them to me? And my mother who left me at only 18, why did this happen? Why? There was no answer. Angelina heard or saw nothing. And she crumpled up on a heap on the cave floor. And for all she knew, she was about to die. She didn't know if another single human being existed in the world anymore. It was just her, in the middle of a storm, in a desert, where nothing really lives. And with that final thought, she wept and wept, and then fell into a deep sleep. And as she slept, an angel came to her that night. It was Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing. And he said to Angelina, "My dear child, You are afraid and alone. You are feeling many feelings that you have had from being a child. And that is not surprising. Your mother has left you. She is very happy in these realms. However, you've been feeling a loss from her departure for a long time now, and it is well that you cry. But dear child, do not worry about these flowers that are leaving you now. They represent your life as it has been, and that this life is changing and moving and transforming. And when you arise in the morning, a new chapter shall open, and your new life shall begin. For we have other plans for you now, and we have new gifts. And with that, Archangel Raphael departed. And Angelina woke up in the morning and had no memory of any angel talking to her. All she remembered was that she was alone in the middle of the desert. The monsoon had finished, and outside it was a bright sun. And she rubbed her eyes as she thought she saw an apparition, and she didn't know if it was something in her mind deceiving her, but she could see a horse, a very bright white horse, and a man upon the horse. And the man stooped down and gave her 2 flowers, and he said, Angelina, these are your new gifts. Angelina was given 2 flowers. One was a poppy and one was a chrysanthemum. And she took them and placed them in her hair. And the apparition of the man and the horse disappeared. And Angelina was given some new thoughts and ideas, and just as new thoughts were coming to her, a horse appeared, but this time a bright white horse without a rider, and behind it a cart, and in front of the cart appeared an archangel who had been sent by the Ascended Masters. Archangel Raphael stood there all in white and beamed at Angelina and said, Angelina, it is time for your new life. The flowers have brought you a new energy now. You have shed the past, and it is time to journey onwards. Take this horse and this cart, and with it fill with many, many flowers. Take the flowers and distribute them amongst the people. Bless them. Bless the people and the flowers, and your heart will open so that your desires will then come to fruition. And so Angelina took the advice of Archangel Raphael. She took to the horse, she took the cart, and collected many, many flowers of all kinds. And these flowers she blessed, and she prayed upon them, and gave them to the villagers. And she said, I'm giving you these flowers. They have very special properties, but you must take the flower, press it against your heart, and ask for those wishes you have. And those wishes may come true, but you must always believe that they will come true. And that is the secret. And so each villager took a flower, pressed it to their heart, and wished. And Angelina rode away from the villages, and every time she looked back, she saw the hearts of each village person grow and expand. And then she took her flowers and she rode away. And as she did so, her heart as well was growing and expanding. And that was when she met the Prince of the land, who rode towards her on a black horse. And when they met, they were never again to be departed, for there was much to talk about. And she placed a flower upon the prince's forehead, on his third eye. And as she did that, he had a vision of a beautiful garden. And together with the prince, Angelina created a beautiful garden. They lived together, and they had a large plot of land where many exotic flowers and fruits would grow. And these had a great signature of great energy, and each flower had a different purpose. And indeed, again, they took them on their horses and carts and delivered them to the villagers. And these flowers are still alive today, and the garden is still growing. And those flowers and plants have a very magical quality that only Angelina is aware of, for no other person in that kingdom is aware of the knowledge needed to grow such a garden. But all the people surrounding get great benefits from this garden. And that is the story of Angelina and her garden.